Well, New York is one of the bluest states out there, but Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand may be falling behind a bit in the polls, her momentum, not her numbers. She's been hovering around the 50% mark for the last 2 years, which is considered dangerous territory for an incumbent. The latest Real Clear Politics poll shows she's still there at 50%, with her Republican challenger at 39%. If he were to somehow win this seat, it would be the first time since 1958 that an incumbent Democratic senator lost re-election in New York. Whoa! Joe DioGuardi is Gillibrand's Republican challenger, and we have invited him to come on, and we've also invited the senator, but haven't heard back from her yet. Sir, thank you so much for being here. So this is, I just want to make sure I've said it right.
My pleasure, Megyn.
This is the deal. No Democratic senator has ever been defeated in a re-election campaign in New York. No Democratic incumbent senator has ever been defeated in a re-election campaign in New York. How are you going to turn that around?
Megyn, let me make a prediction. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My prediction. If the Republicans are going to take back the U.S. Senate and put a real check on the mindless spending of Barack Obama, they must win New York. I'm the 10th seat, and you can be sure I'm closing fast. Are you ready to join Joe2010.com?
Okay, I guess that was rhetorical. Let me show you the latest polls, which I know you've seen, but our viewers who haven't been following New York politics very closely may not have. Look at this.
But you picked the worst one.
No, I've got all of them. No, I haven't. You like this one. Look at this one. This is your favorite. This is Survey USA. It's taken late in September, 2021. It shows you within 1 point of the Democratic incumbent, which is incredible for you. And yet, there's this one. This is from Siena College. Shows her, look at that, 57 to 31. That one's got to hurt, sir. That's a lead of 26 points. Which one are we to believe?
Well, the one that has registered likely voters, not just registered voters. People are energized now to come out and vote. The poll that was taken that shows 1% was taken for people who definitely will come out to vote. Listen, Republicans are energized. Democrats are exhausted. You've seen it. This is the time to do the impossible, and I'm on my way to do it.
How do you, I mean, generally in this state, you got New York City, which is very, very blue. And then you have upstate New York, which is a little bit more red. And that's how we wind up sometimes with Republican governors in this state, like we had for many years. So it's not impossible for a Republican to win at the Senate level or the governor level, which we've also had here at the Senate level in the state. So, but how are you going to translate that? You need some votes in New York City, very blue, and Westchester, that really went for President Obama by big numbers. How do you appeal to those people to leave Gillibrand, who actually is pretty popular?
Hey, listen, I've done it before. I was elected in a district that had 3 to 4 Democrats to a Republican. You need to have a message, and you need to go and talk to the people as I have. If you want to see my audit trail, I'm a CPA, look at my 18,000 views on YouTube, my 10,000 plus Facebook pages, and 600 Twitter, and you'll see what I've done in the last 5 months. I dare say no candidate has been as active as I have. And don't forget, Megyn, I had to take on my own party. I came out of the convention, and I had to go back to Main Street to get 25,000 signatures. And I did that. I only needed 15. And then I went into the primary. We had a designated Republican, a nominated Republican, and Joe DioGuardi. Guess who won? Joe DioGuardi.
So you're used to being the
kind of energy.
All right, but let me ask you this. Because she came out, Gillibrand came out with a memorandum a couple of weeks ago attacking you. And our viewers may not know that you're the father of somebody very famous, Cara DioGuardi, the American Idol judge. So she plays off that, Gillibrand does, in her memorandum, saying, Joe DioGuardi is no American Idol, and she calls you, and I quote, way, way, way out of step with most New Yorkers, and she's particularly hitting you on the issue of being pro-life versus pro-choice. She says you want to overturn Roe versus Wade and eliminate a woman's right to an abortion, even in cases of rape or incest, and that's not going to fly in a blue state like New York.
Megyn, you cannot trust her. She's cherry-picking what she wants. The bill on the exceptions was a funding bill. I would not, as a conservative Republican, allow money to be spent on any abortions. But would I allow in traumatic, horrific cases of rape, incest, and the death of the mother? Yes, I would. Life, to me, is not an issue of human rights. Life is a precious thing, and it has to be viewed that way. But the exceptions, I'm on record for that. But why are we talking about that when under her watch we lost 125,000 jobs? And now New York has 1 million people out of work. We have 15 million in the country. What is she hiding? You know what she's hiding, Megyn? Her record for over 10 years with a large law firm defending the tobacco industry. The tobacco industry, they were perjuring themselves in front of Congress. She was their advisor. Philip Morris was hiding the fact they had a lab in Germany which proved that tobacco was addictive, and yet they come to Congress before a hearing and they said it was not addictive.
Well, can you really tar the lawyer? Listen, as somebody who worked with Jones Day, which is a very well-respected law firm that I loved, who also represents one of the defendants in the tobacco industry, I can tell you, that doesn't necessarily mean the lawyer believes what the client says. You know, they pay good money and you represent them. That's what you do as a lawyer. Can you really tar her with that brush?
But she did it for over 10 years. And then when she left them, Altria, the name that still gave her money, so she's connected with them. Worse than that, what happens when she leaves? She goes to HUD with Andrew Cuomo. And what happens? She's put in charge of new products. Guess what the first new product was she unraveled or she put out there? Subprime mortgages. They wanted to increase the amount of people in homes by 40 to 50%. But subprime, no documents, no jobs, that's what put this economy into a tailspin.
We know where that led. Well, listen, our invitation stands for her to come on and speak to us as well, but you're an interesting man, and we appreciate you for coming on and being a stand-up guy.
Listen, Megyn, she's concealing a lot. I'm revealing a lot. That's going to be the nature of this campaign. If people are interested in me, look at joinjoe2010.com. We will make history with this race.